All right, I will call the meeting to order, 7:02. I don't think we have any public participation. We do have our new student liaisons on tonight. Welcome. I don't know if you want to put your cameras on, say a little something, put you on the spot here.
Hello.
So we have Russell, Tegan, and Eric. So if anybody wants to say anything, feel free, but we can move on if not.
Tell us a little bit about yourselves. Maybe just why you want to do this. And we should all introduce ourselves too, probably, Melissa.
Yeah.
I can
All right,
start.
well,
I'll start. You want to start?
Okay.
You start. You start. You're the chair. You start.
All right. Hey guys, I'm Melissa. I'm the chair of the Environmental Sustainability Committee for the last 2 years. And I've been living in Wakefield for a little over 4 years and focusing a lot of efforts on waste reduction and climate change planning. So yeah, let's go around.
Who's next on your screen? I'll go. Hi, I'm Julie Smith Galvin. I'm a town councilor here in Wakefield, but my first love is sustainability. And I've worked on the green communities work, and right now I'm spending a lot of time on bike and pedestrian planning.
Tiana.
I'll throw it to Tiana.
Thank you. Hi, I'm Tiana, Vice Chair of the Sustainability Committee, and I work with the Green Business Subcommittee as well as the Community Engagement. So I do a lot of our Facebook posts, as well as organizing other in-person events and things like that. I've been in Wakefield, yeah, also a little over 4 years. I've got a kindergartner, and yeah, excited to have you all. It's good to see some new faces. I'll toss it to Robin.
Hi, my name is Raman Greenberg. I've lived in Wakefield. I'm on the west side for 12 years, 13 years, something like that. I've been on the environmental committee since it's forming, so I guess I'm the elder on the group. And in those years, I've been the clerk, so I'm the secretary. I keep the minutes, and I'll be the one distributing such notes to everyone on the committee. When I'm not in this committee, I am an architect who works on schools. I'm also a lead AP, which is a accredited professional who's taken the exams to learn about LEED, which is a rating system on building construction.
Lily?
Sure. Hi, guys. I'm Lily. I've been on the committee for almost a year. I'm coming up on a year. And I'm on the Waste Reduction Subcommittee and the Green Spaces Subcommittee. I also have a kindergartner and I have a preschooler, and I'm on the west side as well. And I've been in Wakefield for about 6.5 years.
All right, Christina.
I kind of missed all the info we're supposed to provide, but I'm just gonna wing it.
Yeah.
So I'm Christina Oliveri. I'm new to this, so I've been here as long as Lily. So this is about a year, I guess, at this point. I've been in Wakefield for about 15 years now. And I have a 7th grader, and I also have a 3rd grader. So they're over there. And is there anything else that I'm supposed to say? Nope, that's it. Okay.
Anne?
Hi, I'm Ann Waite. I am the business manager for the DPW in Wakefield. I'm here to support the sustainability committee and what we can do, and I'm excited to have you guys join us.
Amy?
I think you said Amy, sorry. Hi, I'm Amy Lehman. I'm actually the liaison for the school committee. I moved to Wakefield in 2007. I was trying to calculate how many years it's been. I have a 6th grader and an 8th grader at the Galvin. Just 2 girls. That's all. It's nice to see you guys. Thank you for volunteering.
Nathaniel, I see you just joined. He's our youth council representative. He's also in middle school. So Tegan, I don't know if you want to say a little something more. Can't hear you. Is it just me?
Yeah, I think something's
No,
wrong
I
with the sound.
can't either.
No, we can't hear you. That's okay. You work on that. Maybe is Danielle? You want to go?
I think it's Russell, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, Russell.
Hi.
There you go.
Russell Jackson. I'm a student at the Galvin.
What grade are you in?
6th grade.
Okay. Any special reason why you wanted to be on our committee?
I really like the environment, so I want to help protect it.
Okay. Great reason.
I can go now if you want.
Sure.
I'm Eric Cohen. I've been in Wakefield my whole life, so 16 years, and I'm here for the learning experience.
All right. Welcome. All right. So let's move on to the next item, which is yeah.
Put it
we
in the
still-
chat, Tegan.
No,
Put
we don't
your
have a
stuff in the
chat. Public
Oh, we
meetings
don't
don't have
I
chat.
forget we don't have chats. Oh, all right. We're gonna give her double time next time.
So we have approval of minutes from several meetings because we weren't able to approve because we didn't have a quorum previous meeting. And then we just had a retreat in January, no meeting. So Robin, can we approve them all at once or do we need to go one by one?
I don't know the reason why we can't.
Okay.
So if there's a motion to accept, what is it, December, January, normal meetings,
I
a
think
special meeting.
November,
November,
December
December?
meetings, the
Okay, so-
specialized code forum and the retreat.
So if I hear a motion and a second to that, then.
So moved.
Sorry, who was that?
That was Tiana. So moved.
All right. And I'll second it.
All right. We will go around then. Tiana,
Yes.
Robin,
Yes.
Anne,
Yes.
Lily,
Yes.
Amy,
Yes.
Christina,
Yes.
and Julie.
Yes.
All right, all those minutes are approved. So the next item on the agenda is to talk about the Climate Leaders Program. I sent you guys a presentation on it today. Sorry for the last minute, but I was planning on going through it during this call anyways. So the Climate Leaders Program is basically the next level up from Green Communities. We're currently a Green Community, and Climate Leaders is kind of an advanced green community. So it requires different criteria than the green communities. It also includes more grant opportunities, but we can go through the details. And I will share my screen.
What about now?
Yes.
Do you still want me to introduce myself? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Hi, my name is Tegan Norton. I'm a junior at Wakefield Memorial. I'm on the wrestling team, and I work at the Boys and Girls Club.
Awesome. Welcome. Okay. So jumping into Climate Leaders presentation. So this is the presentation that the Mass DOER, Department of Energy Resources, gave last fall. It's the most recent presentation. I know they're going to be updating it, but it's what we have right now. So they're calling it Green Communities 2.0 Climate Leaders. This just talks about green communities and all the green communities in the state. So the Climate Leader program is to align municipalities with climate and energy goals, provide a framework for municipalities to seek higher climate ambition than the green communities, and enhance engagement and forward progress in municipalities. So this is kind of the difference between green communities criteria and climate leaders. So on the left side, this is all the stuff that we've accomplished as a green community, and on the right side is what we would need to accomplish in order to become a climate leader. So the first one on the climate leaders criteria is to establish a local committee to advise, coordinate, and lead clean energy and climate activities, which is basically our committee. So check. Second one is municipal decarbonization commitment, which we have been working on with Julie helping us out, and I've gone to town council several times talking about, you know, our climate aspirations, our climate goals. And so we'll continue to do that. Julie's going to lead the charge, and hopefully we can get some sort of commitment from the town to, you know, have some sort of climate goal commitment statement, I would say. And then the third one is to create a municipal decarbonization roadmap with 2030 and 2050 goals. So there's actually a technical assistance grant available that will be available for us to apply in order to basically get all this work paid for to create this roadmap. So I'm told by Dylan, who's the Green Communities liaison for DOER, that, you know, it should be pretty straightforward grant for us to apply. And Anne, I think we would probably need your help in applying, so I will keep you posted. But that's, you know, that would, you know, take care of the third criteria here. And then the next one is the zero emissions vehicle first vehicle policy. So right now we have a low emissions vehicle policy from the green communities. So we would just have to adopt this other vehicle policy, which I think is pretty straightforward, and we can probably use a template that's already out there. The last one we've already done, we adopted the specialized code. So out of like the 5 criteria, we've already accomplished 2 of them. We just have these 3 in the middle to get through. And I think the biggest chunk will be the decarbonization roadmap, which hopefully, yeah.
Melissa, question on that. Is that something that who adopts that? Like, is it that we have created it, or that we have created it and the town has voted to adhere to it? Like, and if so, who? Is it a town meeting thing? Is it a, you know, town council says, yep, it looks good, or DPW and assorted town folks say, yes, it looks good? Like, what's the
For the roadmap you're talking about?
I think it will be kind of like with the energy reduction plan, where we put it together and then we present it. I think ultimately the town council has to sign off on it, but for the energy reduction, we presented it to the school committee and to the light department and to the town council. So I'm pretty sure that you have to have probably the executive committee, but it does not need to go to town meeting. It only needs to go to the town council.
Great, got it. Thank you.
I have a question about the first one, and I guess as a local committee, we go. Can you go back to the
yeah, this just gives, you know, the same stuff.
So it says that local committee to advise, and I think we do try to do that, but I don't think we lead and coordinate any activities.
Well, we're leading this climate plan process.
Okay, but I was thinking of more later parts on
and
you know, implementation from like the decarbonization. I guess, have they advised on clarification of the extent of what that means?
So if you go back to the slide you're just on, it's there, right? Establish, maintain a local committee to advise, coordinate, and or lead.
Oh, or I didn't see the or. Okay.
Yeah, she just put this up. So I heard the head of DOER speak at the Mass Municipal Association a few weeks ago. And her description of this was consistent with, I think, what we do.
Okay.
A lot of these rules are still being
Yeah.
promulgated though, so you know, we won't know 100% until they're out, but I feel pretty confident about this one.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was I didn't see the or, so I was worried the lead and coordinate.
Yeah,
because
that's a good point.
we don't, because if we led, I think capital planning would have to get adjusted. Okay, thank you.
So with this Climate Leaders Program, there's a bunch of grant funding opportunities. So, we were kind of late to the game with green communities and getting grants for that program. So I think it'd be good for us to come out in front, especially since we, one of the earliest communities to adopt the specialized energy code. So I think it's, a great building block for us to step up, go to the next level with climate leaders. And so yeah, this is just a list of potential grant funding opportunities. And then we would just have to do a recertification every 3 years, which I think is similar to the green communities, has recertification criteria as well. So this is just a little bit more detail. So this is the local climate team. I think this is what we were talking about before. Name of committee, list, affiliation, mission or charge, team. So yeah, it's decarbonization commitments, roadmap. So this is for municipal operations only, just to be clear. Similar to green communities, it's only for municipal operations. So the idea of doing this Climate Leaders Program is, we have this decarbonization roadmap, which would cover municipal operations, and then in conjunction, the climate change subcommittee be working on creating a list of climate actions that would be for residential and commercial. And then kind of at the end of both processes, we would combine them to create a town-wide climate action plan. That's the goal. So yeah, there's just a bunch of details in here. I sent to you guys, so hopefully you had a chance to look over a little bit. And yeah, so this is, to talk about any questions that you have, and ultimately to vote to pursue this certification or program. The timing for this is the first round of approvals for the program is this coming June, and the next round is in October. So we're shooting for October. So it gives us time to get the last few criteria that we need. Anyone have any other questions, comments?
I motion that the EAC promote and do our part to have us become a climate leader. I mean, is that what you're looking for as a vote?
Yeah, so basically for the ESC to lead the way and pursue this climate leader certification.
Okay, so
Yes,
yeah.
I'll go ahead.
I was gonna say, so the clarity is my motion is for the EAC to support and lead the town's effort to pursue the climate action leader program.
Climate leaders program, yeah.
And I'm just thinking out loud, and I didn't think this through beforehand. I wonder whether at the same time we want to say something about, while simultaneously kind of developing a climate action plan, a complementary climate action plan for residential and business. I don't know whether that's too much all in one, but I think it kind of lays down exactly what our end goal is.
Okay, so you want to vote on the whole thing?
I think so. I mean, I think this is really like, we're the committee, right? And then we got so much feedback when we were doing the green communities. And for those who are new, especially the students, we became a green community about a year ago. And we were probably, there's like 270 green communities and we were probably 265. So we were really late. But I think there was a lot of questions when we were doing that about, oh, how can we do things similarly for residents? And, we actually got calls from residents who said, oh, you're doing all this great work in municipalities. Can you give us guidance on how to do this at home? So I feel like just from the feedback from green communities, it makes sense to when we're rolling this out, say we're also going to be looking at resident. Now, I guess there's flip sides of that too. Like it's a lot to bite off, and do we want to confuse them? So maybe, I don't know. Again, I'm thinking out loud and I would love people's feedback.
Well, unlike last time, there's no town meeting vote because there's no zoning changes. So it's all regulatory-ish, I guess if that's the right word. So it is different, very different from green communities. I guess, how do you judge against it for the resident side? Like, what is the actual outcome?
Well, I think it would be very different. What we're thinking is just the climate, we would do the climate leaders, which would all be municipal, and then we're going to look at other climate plans and see whether we can kind of add some things on for residents. Let's keep it simple. I'm going to retract what I was saying. Let's keep it simple and do climate leaders. Because the other work we're doing in committee, which is really not unlike all the other committee work we're doing.
Right.
So I take that back. I stand with Robin's motion. Second,
Is that a
I'll even
second
second
to
it.
it?
I will second it.
Any discussion?
All right. Let's go around then. Tiana?
Yes.
Robin?
Yes.
Lily?
Yes.
Julie?
Yes.
Christina?
Yes.
Anne?
Yes.
Amy? I think that was a yes.
I actually have to hear it, sorry, unless there's a reason we can't hear her, but
She's on mute.
Oh, I kept pressing the video button instead of the mute. I'm sorry. Yes.
all right,
Okay.
thank you.
Okay, great. So we will push forward with green community, climate leaders. I can't even say it right. And awesome. So thank you very much. And let's move on to subcommittees. So waste reduction, Lily, do you want to give an update?
Sure. So the Woodville, in terms of the school waste initiative, the Woodville started with their food pickup, food rescue, composting, all that good stuff. And we had some folks from our committee go and support during lunches earlier, a couple of weeks ago, and last week. Seems to be going well so far, I think, from what I can tell. The kids seem like they mostly know what they're doing. A few pieces of garbage in the compost, but not the end of the world. Like they did a pretty good job, I thought. Otherwise,
we actually
sorry,
got the numbers on that. So in the first 2 weeks of the program, they composted about 500 pounds of food and collected 337 items for food rescue.
That's awesome.
They're doing a good job. We'll continue to follow up with them and make sure everything is going smoothly there.
Yes, and then one of the items on our to-do list coming up is to talk about what we want to do at the April Recycling and Sustainability event. I I think last year we did a toy swap. I think that was before my time, but I believe that was what we discussed, and it wasn't quite as successful as we hoped. So we were trying to think of something different this year. And I think, Melissa, we wanted to kind of see if anyone here had any good ideas. One idea that came up in our subcommittee meeting was like a sports equipment swap. Like if you grew out of your cleats or, done with a hockey stick or whatever, you could bring it in and maybe find something that was better suited for you. So that could be something interesting, I thought. But open to all other ideas for how we could participate in that event in April.
Any other swap ideas or other forms of collection we can do?
We've got that box still for the pet food bags, which Robin has been contributing to. Thank you, Robin. But other than that, it's growing only as quickly as my cats eat food. So you can certainly bring that box along, and if people have pet food bags and they want to bring them, could gather them there too.
Yep, we can do that.
Is it early April or late April?
Early, April 6th.
No. I was gonna think, so one big problem gardeners have is when you buy perennials or new annuals, and then if you the plant pots are black plastic and regularly recycled. I have irregularly found places that will take them. Mahoney supposedly does in Winchester, but so if it was later spring, I could say, let's collect everyone's black plastic pots and then, drive them over to somebody. But early April, most gardeners or many gardeners wouldn't have very much.
Yeah. Unless you have some from last year.
Yeah.
What's that?
Unless you have some from last year, which I do.
That's true. I do.
Well,
too.
yeah, well, in December I found a place, but yeah, no, not everyone's willing to hold on to them until the next opportunity. I mean, black plastic's always the big thing from a recycling standpoint, that people are looking for the other recycling stream.
Yeah.
Does it have to be a swap? Could it be more of an educational display, or does it have to be a swap?
It doesn't have to be a swap. It could be whatever we want it to be. We're just gonna have a
I didn't
table
know if you make some poster boards of like, did you know we have drop off recycling clothing bins at these locations? The Walton School, the Doyle School, I know. Does Woodville? Is that the one that's always overflowing? And maybe just give tips on how to recycle certain things that, like, did you know you can put your pizza box in the recycling bin now, and just have sort of displays, and it's more educational. That way you're actually not, and you could reuse those things in other events. That way you're not stuck with something. I did the toy swap in November. There's a lot of stuff left over that people tend to drop, and then you have to find a home for it. So if you just want to do more educational things.
Yeah. I mean, we've done educational things at different events. We have, displays that, we have already that we've used in several places. So we figured that doing some sort of swap would make people, more likely to come by than just having like a educational thing. So Tegan?
I wanted to add on the clothing thing because actually currently at the high school, I'm running a clothing drive. And it seems to be doing really well because of when you get to high school, everybody just constantly is growing. You never stop growing out of whatever you need. So it's only been going on for a week, and I have around 10 bags already. So I think that maybe something related to clothing would definitely help, especially with parents. There's only so much high schoolers listen to at 7:30 in the morning, and even that is still being successful. So I just thought that was a good point.
What are you doing with the clothing?
So I'm actually donating it to the Boys and Girls Club, to the kids who don't have as many clothes as some of the other children. So that's what's going on for the month of February.
Nice. Cool. Russell?
Lower my hand. I feel we could do a book swap because I run out of books a lot. And I always need to get
A
more
nice
books.
idea. Mhm. Okay.
And then if we had any left over, then it would be easy to give them to the library book sale.
Mhm. Yep.
Yeah, because the
But it's
book sale is not till June. That's
Mhm.
perfect timing.
Yeah, good thought.
Are they still taking books?
Yeah, they
Yeah.
did. They have like periodic book drops. There was one not too long ago, and I think there'll be another
Oh,
probably
okay.
in the next couple months.
All right, good ideas.
Mhm.
Anne?
I don't know if you're interested, but I was in the basement today and found a brand new rain barrel that you could raffle off if people signed up or stopped by. I'm happy to give that to that day or use it another day.
Okay, great.
Since sort of building off of Robin's idea on gardening, since it'll be shortly before garden season, could we do something with seeds? Like do a
Seed
seed
swap?
swap or a seed, like, could we just like get a bunch of seeds and give them to people? Native pollinator happy kind of seeds.
Okay.
Didn't we do that, Julie?
I picked up a lot of seeds at the Medford Library last week because we were talking about maybe using them for the stem. So yes, I have probably 50 packets of native seeds that we could easily give out. And they come with these little, they actually come with a little flyer that tells you how to start them in a gallon jug and cut it. And it's real, they're very cute. And apparently they have them, they have more too if we need them.
Oh, great.
Cool.
What were you gonna do with them? Or did you have a,
Well, the outreach committee was talking about using them maybe at the STEM event,
okay.
but yeah, we could definitely use them. I don't want to forget about them because I don't know how long they stay good, but we should definitely use them this spring.
1 year.
Okay.
Well, if the likelihood of them germinating decreases annually, so they never go truly bad, but your success rate drops every year.
We could even maybe start to do a few of them in like, I don't know. I'm not the gardener in the group.
Well, I mean, I guess it depends on what you guys want to do for the STEM event. We don't want to take your stuff. So.
Well, STEM is before the recycling, so we could do
Oh, there's
at the,
lots of-
right? So STEM
Yeah.
first and then whatever's left over, make available, unless
Sure.
I have the sequence wrong.
STEM's in March, right? Okay. Awesome.
Good ideas. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, thank you. I guess the only other thing with waste is we are going to be collecting candy wrappers for Valentine's Day, similar to what we did for Halloween. So there's going to be a box in the youth room at the library starting on Valentine's Day through the end of school vacation week. So save up your wrappers, bring them to the library. All right.
Please don't mail it off until I come by. Like, give me last dibs on it because we've got the leftovers from Halloween. There's like one school that's their box went missing and then it reappeared a week later or something like that. So I have one school's worth of Halloween wrappers still in my basement.
All right. Sounds good. All right, moving on to community education.
Well, we're community engagement and outreach now. We've rebranded. Yeah, so as Julie mentioned, we've got the STEAM event March 14th at the Galvin. That's for K through 4 kids. So actually, Russell, Tegan, Eric, and Nathaniel, I would love your ideas also on like what's more engaging for younger kids. We've been thinking about like, because it's kind of a raucous event, right? It's like the tables and kids walk by, and it's the elementary school kids, so they're not going to stay and like be deeply engaged for a long time. And there are a gazillion people there. I don't know if you've attended this event. So we're looking for something to do that would be, you know, like a little interesting and fun. Last year we did is this trash recycling or compost sort, we're kind of over that one. It's been played. We were thinking about like a trivia guessing game sort of thing, or other ways of like engaging them and like identifying their, like which of these ways to get to school is the most environmentally friendly or something like that. But I'd love your ideas. Tegan.
This would definitely be somewhere where I shine, as my group that I work with is 5 and 6-year-olds. So I think one of the struggles of like this age is staying like focused and on task. And I think anything hands-on is definitely the best way to go, because it like the kids want to do it, and it's not like they can get distracted easily because they are working like themselves with it. And I've seen like watching all these kids grow up, like when they have something that is hands-on, it is a lot easier for them to focus on that one thing.
Yep. Eric?
Yeah, I had a suggestion. I suggest involving prizes, or maybe adding like a competitive aspect to it.
Cool. Nathaniel?
Yeah, so last year I attended STEM night for the Science Olympiad team. And maybe I can contact the leader of the club, and he and I can maybe work something out, like maybe in addition to teaching about Science Olympiad, we can say, there's also, in addition, some things we focus on are like environmental sustainability, and then some things that you can do, something like that, where we can help in my field.
Sure. Yeah. So ESC is going to have our own table. So we'll certainly wave to the Science Olympiad table, but we can have whatever ESC related stuff we want to do. But yeah, definitely something, I agree. Something hands-on. If there's a competitive aspect, that sounds fun. One thing that we had talked about in our committee was like, if anyone does composting, like the backyard kind with actual worms, could we like bring in a bucket of worms? But I do the Black Earth one that just picks it up in the truck. Anyway, if people have ideas for like things that could be, like tactile and engaging, certainly open to ideas. We've got another handful of weeks. So.
Well, we were also going to ask the bee. You're probably going to talk about the bee programming.
Yes.
But she may be able to get us one of those bee observing things where you can see the bees going in and out of the hive, like they have it.
I don't think we can have that for March.
Oh, we can't use that for March. Okay.
Yeah. So. Oh, yep. Russell.
You could have a booth with like interactive plants, like native plants that they could grow in a garden or something.
Yeah, and that's where the seeds, if we want to use those seeds, we can.
Yeah. Which also could be a prize.
They're very.
Segueing to the bee event that Julie was mentioning, Lily hooked us up with a local beekeeping expert in town, and we're planning a bee educational event, or pollinators generally, but bee focused educational event about how to protect the bees and love them and give them good places to live. We were going to do it in sort of the March timeframe in the library, but there's a possibility that if we do it a little bit later into the spring, we could have the observation hive, which is the like fully enclosed see-through, so you can actually see the bee, like real live bees in there, rather than just an empty, bee box and equipment. So we were exploring timing for that, but this expert is interesting and would be happy to teach Wakefield about bees. So that's on our agenda. Seems like maybe it's worth waiting for the bee box, because that'd be really cool.
I thought the bee box sounded cool. Yeah. Personally.
Yeah. And then we're trying to do a like casual chat with a neighbor type of event, or for things like rooftop solar, EVs, things like that, for just like let people come and ask questions. So I sent out a note to the folks at who attended or participated in the EV showcase back in the fall to see if some folks would want to do just a casual drop-in type of event. So we're going to try to set that up sometime in the next few weeks. I got several people who are interested, so I think we'll make that happen. We have a whole bunch of other events and things that we're noodling on for over the coming months. If you have ideas, we're always open to ideas. And we continue to post on Facebook because it's the fun place to talk with the public. Student new members, if any of you are excited about communication and outreach, we would love to have a student join this particular subcommittee and help with events and communication and flyer design and graphic design. Like if any of that, if you are a whiz with visual stuff, or you want to relight the fire under trying to make Instagram happen. We apparently can't do TikTok, but if any of that sounds exciting to you, if you want to start make little videos and public service announcements, give a holler. We'd love to add you to the group.
Yeah, I should have mentioned in the beginning that any of the students are welcome to join any of the subcommittees, and I can send you all a list of all the subcommittees and who the leaders are after the meeting, and you can let me know which ones you're interested in. Tegan?
Definitely would love to work like on a media basis to like be able to reach like more of like not children, but like young adults in Wakefield, and doing an Instagram account. That's kind of where I would shine, working with the media and like flyers and things like that. So I'd love to be a part of that.
And Russell, you'd had your hand up too, I think.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask how I could join, but she answered my question.
Cool. Cool. Wonderful. Julie, Robin, did I miss anything else? Outreach wise?
I guess the only thing we said is kind of a reminder to ourselves is that time to update the slides that we gave to Cablevision to interesting facts or whatever, that they use between programming. So if anyone sits through them and wishes that they had new content and had ideas, it's I don't know, they put a bunch of our slides together, set it to music, I think, and but if there was videos also, they'd love it. So
And I just want to
speaking
add,
of communication, yeah. So speaking of like multimedia, we do have the video opportunity.
And I was just going to mention, Tiana, I was on the Wakefield Municipal Gas and Light Department meeting last night. I don't think Sharon's on right now, but they were very grateful for the coordination and the help you're giving them in promoting their new community solar. So that's a really great partnership, and you got a shout out for it. So,
oh, well, that's real nice. Yes, now I finally have like the person who I can ask about those things, and he's getting us some stats so we can celebrate some, like this many houses have solar and that kind of stuff. So yeah, we've got a connection there now, which is nice. Yeah. Their event last week was like way over full at the library. They had their community solar info session, maybe week before last. They had 85 people in the room, and WCAT recorded it. The video just dropped. I just shared it on our Facebook. And they're doing another one. Maybe it's tonight, actually, or did another one tonight over Zoom only. So a lot of interest in community solar, which is awesome.
All right, thank you. Our next subcommittee is Climate Action Plan. I basically gave the update, I think, of what we're going to be working on. So we'll be pursuing the climate leaders, and then as well, we'll be working at the same time to put together the climate actions for residential and commercial. So each of us are going to be going through, other towns that are similar to us, their climate plans, and just, taking out the ones that we think would be applicable to Wakefield, and yeah, just kind of put it together for that group of people, residential and commercial, and then we'll be, I'm not sure what kind of role we'll play in the decarbonization roadmap, because that'll be most likely done by MAPC, I think. But we'll be probably working alongside them on that. And Julie's going to be going to town council in April to kind of tell them what we're working on, what we're planning to do, and what kind of commitment we want from the town for climate. So that is pretty much it for that. The next subcommittee is green space. I know Stefan's the leader on that, right? He's out here.
I think
Go ahead.
we haven't met.
Yeah, we haven't had a meeting.
Okay.
No. Not much
All right.
to report.
You guys got to badger him to schedule it then. All right, so the last subcommittee is green business. And Tiana,
Christina, not to put you on the spot, do you want to give our update? Since I was just talking a whole bunch.
Oh yeah, sure, I can talk. I mean, it's in beginning stages. Do you want me to kind of share what we've been powwowing about? So Tiana and I have been brainstorming back and forth about like the green business certification and how to best lay this out for businesses. We sort of went with a checklist at first, and then we kind of revamped it to make it something that's really meaningful and legitimate, not something that a business can kind of just like check off and be like, hey, look at, I did all this stuff. And sort of to create some more meaningful change through like a pillar system, like, something like where they're working through each little stage. And then the end goal being that they're able to know how to, recycle cardboard, and they're able to do all these things for their businesses. So at the end, they can obtain this certification. So that's sort of, we've been kind of throwing ideas back and forth of how to best do this. And I mean, any thoughts are definitely welcome, but we were thinking of sort of piloting it a little bit. And Tiana, you can jump in too if you want, but thinking about maybe taking like 5 to 10 Wakefield businesses and saying, okay, we're going to do a pilot and this is kind of where we're at. Do you want to join? And we can kind of work out the kinks that way. And once we have that solidified, then it can be something that we really can promote. So yeah, that's our little update. It's in the beginning phases though.
Yeah, I think the pilot program's a good idea.
Yeah. So
you're going to use the kind of the stuff that we had done before, or you're going to scrap it?
It's a good question. We haven't really, I think we're taking pieces of it. Probably. I don't know, Tiana, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I think we want the concept was, rather than sort of broadcasting across a whole bunch of different green changes, that if we focus in a particular area, like this year we're addressing, one of the ideas to start was cardboard recycling. Like, can we get folks to really actually figure this one out and consistently recycle cardboard, for example, and then move on to the next. So like we can dedicatedly support and have resources around, the particular initiative and get folks to accomplish it and not just say like, oh yeah, we did a thing. So,
right.
And actually on that point, Anne, I think we're going to want to chat with you a bunch about how we make sure that the resources that we expect to be available for these businesses are, and that we're not, telling them to do a thing that they are not actually able to do.
I think it's a great idea, you guys piloting. Are you thinking, and maybe you're not there yet, but are you thinking of going after one like type of business and having a few people represented that, or trying to have a range? When in the past, when you guys have talked about the green business program, for some reason, my brain goes straight to food service. Maybe because of the food waste kind of is an obvious volume of stuff. But then as you were just talking, and then especially when you just meant the recycling, you know, do you go after like professional services, like a local bank or something, because they have, you know, different challenges and different needs? I was just wondering kind of what you're not there yet.
I don't think we've made a decision on that yet. We absolutely do want to think about what the different types of businesses, what the sort of biggest bang for the buck areas are in some of those, so that, you know, we're doing something that's meaningful.
Cool. Awesome.
Right. And I think starting with the businesses that really want to make these changes and are interested in this is helpful too. Just to really, you know, and to brainstorm with them, meet them where they're at. Because like you're saying, there's going to be a lot of different needs for all these businesses.
Awesome. Thank you. So that is all of our subcommittees. So moving on to our member groups. Amy, you want to go first? School committee, any updates to share?
No, the only update we got, we had a tour of the Woodville School, and they brought up the recently added, is there 2 programs now, like food rescue and then food, what's the other one?
Compost.
So, yeah, and one new and one was already established?
No, they're both new.
Okay, the principal just gave an update on that, and then we talked about maybe having Dustin in, probably not till March, just to give an update on all the schools and how they're doing with that kind of recycle. I know there's a cute video on their Facebook page, or was it your Facebook page, that shows it at the schools and how the schools are participating.
Yeah.
And then the other thing is the science curriculum coordinator is coming on February 27th to the school committee meeting, so I'll have an update on that in March.
Great. Yeah, I should add that Dustin actually just bought new cafeteria trays that we're able to compost. So we're just working out, you know, getting more barrels for the schools that are composting, and you know, additional barrels for inside and outside, and you know, seeing when everybody's done with their back stock so that we can start composting the trays, so we'll have way less trash.
The trays are huge. Like, that's such a big amount of the trash.
Yeah,
that's going to be a huge change. Yeah, it's going to be a moment of deep confusion.
Yes.
We're gonna want to be.
Hopefully it'll make the
ultra
sorting
clear.
easier. Hopefully make the sorting easier, because you know they just have to like plop a few things off their tray and then shove everything else and the whole tray in the compost. So
it'll at least reduce the like shake and splatter, the, you know, chili or, you know, whatever
the
other
mess.
kind of stuff.
Hopefully it reduces the mess.
Did you say the compostable trays are in all schools, or just the elementary where the compost is?
I believe they're in all schools. They're going to be in all schools once all the back stock is used for the current ones.
Awesome.
So we need to get on composting at the Galvin ASAP.
And the high school.
And Dolbear.
And Dolbear.
Right.
All right. Update from DPW, Anne.
So the string light collection went really well. It was about 900 pounds that we collected. I think it'll become an annual event because it was fairly easy for us to do. We had to empty the bin almost daily, which was great. And I think people caught on to it as it went on a little further. Very at the end, we got a lot of lights, so that was great. I'm working on our RDP pre-qualification for next year. It's due the 15th. One interesting thing when I was putting it together was that Black Earth has now kind of stagnant, I guess. So last year we had 417 counts. We now have 420. So what happens is some come off, some come on in the winter, but I had thought we would hold on to more. So a little disappointing that it hasn't moved. I'm gonna see if Jen McDonald will do another media blast, and we still have free compost, the free starter kits, so people should take advantage. Also, we are hoping to do another rain barrel and compost sale. Last year, we offered the compost at a big discount, which got us an RDP point. So we kind of reinvested our points into cutting the cost. So I'm working on see if we can get a deal from Earth Machines, or if there's someone else out there who could offer us something new or what people want. So I'll keep you posted on that.
Yeah, someone asked on our Facebook today about when rain barrel sales would happen again. So.
I will get you that info soon.
Cool. And I had a question for you. The cardboard dumpster, is that done from the town hall and not yet back at the pit because the pit's not open?
So the pit doesn't open till April 6th. Just because of the snow, people coming in and out. We're trying to get a lot of the wood chips and leaves out before they come in. I'm trying to get it to keep it open at town hall. There's some parking issues in the church across the street. Some of their vendors are parking in our lot, so it's causing, but we are working on that to see if we could find a permanent home for it there during the winter.
Oh, okay. But it's not there right now?
Well, it's there, but technically it's not open.
Okay.
You know
All right. Yep. Got it.
Great, thank you. Julie, Town Council.
We are, as Amy said, there's been some tours, I know, of the schools, which is great, and that has kind of led us to ask for a meeting with school, like the superintendent and facilities and DPW. So we're trying to set up a meeting just so the schools kind of know where we are in the energy reduction plan under green communities. So just trying to socialize that a little better. Other than that, I don't think that there's a lot going on. The bike ped plan should be back up at town meeting at the end of February, probably with an early March vote. And we're making some final decisions on the ARPA money, which is the money from COVID that every town was given. There's still a couple $1 million, so we're making some decisions probably around that in the next few months. And I know solar is one of the topics. There's a couple of kind of environmental possibilities there too that I'll keep you posted on. So.
All right, thank you. And Sharon's not here from the Gas and Light Commission, so no date there. Nathaniel, I want to give you some space. Do you have anything from the Youth Council? Anything at the Galvin?
Yeah, so at the Galvin, I sent out a survey for interest in the Galvin Green team, and we had options of yes, no, and maybe. And we had a good amount of maybes and some yeses. So hopefully, I'm going away this weekend, so on Monday, I'll be able to. I think Monday I'll get the final list of all the responses for people who want to join or are considering joining. And then based on that, and then based on the days that they can make, me and my faculty member will discuss when we should have our next meeting and what we want our next steps to be.
Russell,
Yeah.
you should join. You're the Galvin, right? Talk to Nathaniel.
I have not received that email. Was it only for Upper House?
No, I think Mr. Tetrot sent it to everyone. Yep.
I'll check my inbox.
If not, I can connect you guys emails. All right, thank you. So our next meeting is March 14th, 7 p.m. Any other matters not anticipated?
Is that the same? That's the Steam thing?
Oh, same night.
One moment, please. Yes, but that only goes till 7:30, so I can just be a little late. Or whoever is tabling.
Okay.
Or we could start at 7:30 instead of 7, is that?
It's fine by me. Anybody?
Because I'm hoping that at least 1 or 2 of the rest of y'all will be at the Galvin with me for that.
What time is it what time is it, Tiana?
It's
5 to 7?
5:30. I think it's 5:30 to 7:30, or at least
Okay.
that's what's in my calendar. I might be.
I'm just putting it on my calendar. I'm fine starting 7:30.
Oh, it's 5:30 to 7.
Okay.
So
Oh.
I would still say we should start late because if not everyone lives 2 minutes from the Galvin.
I agree.
fair point.
Most of the outreach committee does.
Not quite as close as everyone. Yeah. So I'd be available 7:30 instead of a 7 start.
Let's do 7:30. That'd be
All
great.
right. We'll change it for the next meeting.
Thank you.
Anything else?
Oh, and I changed, when we were talking, I just did a search. I'm going back to ideas for, I think it was Steam Night. There was something called pack a plastic-free lunch, and I didn't know if you could have different items on the table and let kids try to pack, like have good items and bad items and let them pack a lunch, and then you can give them points based on like 5 is like the best score you can get, but if they pick a plastic bag, they lose a point, something like that, and then they can actually see what's green and what isn't.
Good idea.
Fun
Cool
idea.
idea.
I like that.
Any other ideas people have right now? Forgot. Well, let us know, let us know if you have any ideas for the recycling event or the STEM night, if you think of anything. All right, motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Second.
All right, Tiana,
Yes.
Robin,
Yes.
Lily,
Yes.
Christina,
Yes.
Julie,
Yes.
Anne,
Yes.
and Amy.
Yes.
All right, great. Have a great night,